Thank you for tuning in to another Yost Built video. Today we are going to head over to my brother's house and tear the motor out of the minivan and hopefully get the SRT4 motor in the minivan. And we've already put the motor together. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I assembled the motor, cams, head, torqued everything down, did the timing, semi-mounted the turbo, and we were just test fitting everything. From the measurements we've done, we might have to modify the firewall a little bit, aka a hammer, to make it clear. But let's get moving, let's get over there, let's get started. So I made it here to my brother's. See my CSX in the background. We're gonna get to work on the minivan. He's already has it jacked up and everything, so shouldn't be that long, and I'll film a few little bits of taking the motor out and everything. Let's get to it. So it looks like the first process we're going to have to do is get this intake manifold off, get the bottom piece. My brother already has all the water out of the car. As you can see, there's no coolant hoses. So we won't be getting the floor all dirty, but I'm sure we'll get enough stuff on the floor later when we pull the transmission and everything. So I haven't been recording much, but we've got a lot of work done. Got the intake manifold, valve cover, alternator bracket, alternator starter, bolts, wire harness off to the side. The whole front of the motor is empty. Took the front motor mount out. I just took the valve cover off to see how clean everything is. And surprisingly, you guys have seen the video of how bad this thing ran. The head doesn't look too bad. So I'm gonna get the exhaust off now and drop this motor. So I pulled the plugs out of the van motor, and anyone want to guess why it was running so bad? Yes, plug number 2 is full oil. Plug number 1 has stripped threads. Nothing but the Florida sky looking like it's about to rain every day. We've been working on the van for a little bit now, so we're gonna go get some lunch / dinner, and then we'll get back to work. Got done helping my brother put the motor back in the minivan. I'm pretty sorry, the footage is going to be all over the place. I didn't really record too much. As you see, I got my shirt off. I'm really dirty. I didn't want to get the seats and the juke dirty. So let me explain to you exactly what we're attempting to do. The motor that's coming out of the minivan, as you've seen, I checked the plugs and it ran bad on every cylinder. You've seen I drove it home to my brother's house and it ran horrible. The motor we are putting in the minivan is a 2.4 out of a 99 Stratus, which has the same crank and cam sensor as the minivan motor that came out. What we did was basically we bought a spare SRT4 motor. We took the pistons and rods out of that motor and we put them in the Stratus block. What we also did, because we used to have a 2.4 swapped first gen Neon, is we took the springs retainers and stage 2 turbo cams from BC racing components, and we put them in the head. I'm trying to convince my brother to get a GT30 big turbo for it, just so we can see what it'll do and how long the automatic transmission will last. The goal is for us to keep the AC, keep the power steering, keep everything that we possibly can. We want the van to run somewhere in the 13s on street tires with AC, with power steering, and still be able to tow our CSX and our Spirit RT to the track if we need it to. That's kind of the goal for the car. Today we did a lot of work. I didn't really video much just because it was nice and hot, and I was sweaty and nasty, and I kept getting the camera really dirty. The footage is probably a little grainy right now because my camera's dirty. But that's pretty much an overview on the minivan. That's pretty much the parts that we put into it. The SRT4 pistons and rods are supposedly good for around 350 horsepower. They're a lot more stout than those common 2.4 piston and rod. They are a little lower compression, so if we just ran it on the motor, it would run a little, you know, worse. It would probably run a million times better than the motor we took out, but it would run a little worse. We didn't do any thing crazy to it. It just has the bearings and, you know, re-ring the motor. We just honed it out and did nothing nothing too special, just a basic rebuild. The transmission, we're going to add an external oil cooler, our trans cooler. We're going to take it out of the radiator, but it is, from what we are told, it was a rebuilt auto trans. So we'll see how long it lasts. We'll see what it does. It's basically just a big experiment. The factory turbo kind of hits the firewall. We already kind of knew that was going to happen, so we're going to have to bang the firewall out or modify the firewall in some way. We do have an exhaust for it, 3-inch exhaust, and we're going to dump it out by the back tire. You know, so we have a few plans for it, a few mods we're going to do. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for checking it out. Thank you for watching US Build. I do plan on building the DA motor really soon. I'm trying to get to Cleetus and Cars. I want to make first test hits at Cleetus and Cars with the DA, just to see what it runs. The Honda Build Challenge is still going on. They put it in February of next year sometime, so everybody has a decent time frame to get the cars together and ready. I want to be the first person for the challenge to make any hits, and Pablo and Shane are also planning on having their cars together around the same time so that we can all make hits together. Until the next one, like and subscribe. Down in the comments below, tell me what you think about the minivan. Tell me what you want to see us do with it. Tell us, what do you think about keeping the automatic? My brother loves the automatic idea just because he can drive it everywhere and nobody will really know that it's turboed unless he gets onto it. And, you know, automatics win races. Stick shifts are cool, but when you're trying to be consistent at the racetrack and bracket race or anything like that, you need an automatic. Until the next one, have a great day, guys.